see that, no? Although the typical beam, no, muna siyang galawisan sa site engineer foreman because the typical layout or the typical drawing na nakita niya sa beam is for the simply supported beam timbering. And the detailing of that will involve may main bars, no? Laos na lang siya possible. Na splicing, if need siya na magsumpay, you are allowed to splice at the mid-span sa top bars only. Sa bottom bars, you're not allowed to have any splicing in there. Kinanglan mo galing mag-splice, dito na itapit sa support. For example, this is your beam and column connection. Like that. So for the top bars, if possible, straight din na siya. Straight ang atong rebars niya. Pero if needed na mag-splice, you're allowed to have a splicing sa mid-span. Sama sa splice. Okay, so one way is straight, and then ang kanang mo splice kaya na ito may gabi para straight that is to minimize the momentum produced by this eccentricity here. Siya gamay if hindi na siya i-bend. Yung sa usapaw, it should look like that. So nana siya eccentricity such that pag mag-bend na siya, this will be in operation. So dito, so nasa force, so nasa copot. So mag-introduce siya additional movement sa inyong beam. So that's why sa fabrication, what is done is yung splice na ay gamay na bend. Taas dapat o mag-compress para din sa and then i-coat na siya o may wire. It with the welding, sir, mas likod ng welding. Isa na yung argument sa mga foreman o welding. Unless weldable ang inyong rebars. Itong mga green o red pa to ang iyang combination sa iyang colors is ikatuloy. Those are your weldable. But in most cases, non-weldable man atong commercial na available, you're only allowed to use itong mga GI na wire. Okay? Ayaw keyboard tayo yan. Paano ba kung picture kung keyboard tayo na kuhan? Mga pamilya, ayaw keyboard tayo.
Oh, sir.
So, ayaw na siya. Okay? So, going back. So, this is your top bar and then hindi po na continuous po dapat ang atong bottom bars. If magaling need ka mag-splice, you're only allowed to splice din sa atong support. Ini siya should continue at a distance I forgot the one. Basta kay development length di siya. This is your development length. I forgot the notation. Okay. We are supposed to compute that pero wala naman time. But in our code na may mga minimum value dependent on the diameter size of your bars. So saan development length? So your development length is basically the allowance para dili mahublot ng inyong kabilya when subjected to loading. Okay, pag na yung loading there, of course, bend ba rin, and then of course, naman siya movement din. Okay, kung na yung movement, kung di siya enough yung length, kung kurang yung tukot ko, so what will happen is wala yung proper anchorage in yung rebars. So, mahublot mo siya. So, fail siya dito. So that's why you have what you call your development length. Again, wala din natin siya pass. I don't know nilang certex kung discussan ba lang siya. In our case, so the splicing is here for the bottom. Kung mag-UGT na mo, somewhere, please allow any splicing diyan sa ubos sa bottom bars. Ano man? Ano man na siya, no? Basically, you have here fully restrained beam. Ito na siya i-idealize. Fully restrained beam. And of course, loaded man na siya slab. Any live load. Just say that this the bending or the deflection of that should look something like this. Yan na yung deflection. The positive moment is somewhere din sa bottom. So, diri man siya mo deflect kung dako, diri yung dako ng moment. So, it will fail. Kung nakapay sinumpayan diri, not like mystically. So, siya mo detach. Parang saan na yan na pagkapos ng may wire, there's a tendency na parang ma-detach. Okay? So, that's why it's not allowed to have splicing there sa bottom bars. Okay? So this is your top bars, and then this is your bottom bars. So technically, we're calling that as tension bars and compression bars. No? Or in the case of simply reinforced beam, na itong mga top bars, those are your hammer bars. Okay? And then, placement na sa kabilya, dito na rin tapanulong later kung ilan na sa kabuok kaya ang single and when ka yung double layer or triple layer. So, tulong na layer usually, if possible, kaya na sa lapat. But if one a choice, then siguro you will decide as to be reinforced or you will have deeper beams in which tone intensity na protect provisions for deep beams. I forgot the ratio, pero it should be, I think, from 1.2 there. This is 1 meter, zero. So it's very deep, 1 meter. So 1 meter taas. So the problem with very deep beams is that kadugtong mo sa ruler. Okay, sa ruler, so ano siya torsion. So if possible, galing kaya niya ako ng mga deep beams, no? Because uneconomical siya because we have torsional reinforcement in that, no? And if you nagagabi niya, of course, it's uneconomical. Okay, and then, yeah, going back typical aning detail for your beam is simply supported because somewhere here na anak siya extra sa among tawagod na extra bars. Malalamin mo ma-igno ana. Technically speaking, there's no such thing as extra bar because we are designing our beam depende sa steel area. No? So kung atong area road is it would dictate, no, for us to use upat baka let's say 16 mm. Okay, so upat din ang siya atong iputan niya, no? And of course the hammer bar is in the same na diameter sa atong main bar here. Now the problem with that sa atong mga construction workers is that ining upat na nasa gilid o na ilang itawag na mga main bars. Okay? The rest of this, ganat siya, napanak niya, lipod, those are what you call your extra. Sa ila, termination. Okay? So, ito na lang adjust, no? Because that when I was new to the industry, no, lalis na sa ato mga foreman o skillman, iwa may extra, i-fulfill man na sila tanan niya. Wala nila, extra yung tawag na sa ila, so ato na siya. So what happens there is, in your deflection diagram, this is something like, or on the average, that's your L over 4 there, and not L over 4 there, and then KD is kilometer. What happened?
Yes.
No? Over 2 na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what happens there, kanala yung mga extra, if your rebars, let's say for example, sa support, because mapaliman niya siya later pagkakot sa mid-span, that's why if you look at the structural plans, okay, structural drawings, you will have something like ab support. Sa yung beam, ab support. So you will have, let's say, 5 ka 16. 5 ka 16. And then sa hammer niya is na 16. Okay. So, ab support. Okay. So, pag abot ka sa mid-span, that will be reverse. Ano ma-reverse na? Yeah, because mabaliktad man ang orientation sa atong tension. So, this is a mid-span. Okay? What happens is that ini sila, and then this one here should be visible sa kilid. Wala nang ilang itawag na extra bar. So what happens is that wala nang siya no? Putol. Okay? Putlot or event siya na continue siya diya depende sa sumugok sa inyong structural engineer. So either way it's allowed. Putlot mo diya or i-continue. Let's just say ano sa mundo. Although mas advisable yun ang dili putlot so that you have continuity sa inyong bars. Okay. So this one here, so this is an L over 4. Okay, ano naman na the answer because when you draw the moment diagram of that, okay, ang moment diagram na should look something like that. Okay, high inflection point yan. So that's the point in which will reverse the deflection. That's also the point na mag-zero yung moment. Basically, then zoom siya na in terms of bending. So that's why safe tama bending for the up bars, for the tension bars at the side. Pag abot na sa mid-span or basically when you reach L over 4 or side L over 3 no, for other plans, although L over 3 ang nakasagara ko. Okay. So, ang tanang extra, of course, hindi yung bottom is magpalayo, no? So, tanang ako yung extra, hindi na po dahil sa that will something like that. Okay? So, muna siya ang typical na setup sa side. So, you will have this, no, top diri. This one. Pag abot sa mid-span, ma-reverse siya. So, hindi na po doon ang 5. And then, balik na po tayo sa ika side. Okay, so that's the typical setup. Ang bantayon nun ninyo na if you will become the engineers later, so site engineer mo, is if cantilever in your pin. Example, cantilever. Okay. So for cantilever, we know that inanaya deflection. And then the upper fiber should be tension, the lower fiber should be compression. So therefore, theoretically speaking, you don't need any bottom bars here. Pero para mahigtan ang inyong stirrup, you should continue the bottom bars. The top bars should also continue. Okay? So theoretically, top man top ko na itong pinanglang na tama dito gusto mo, so this should continue as 5. problema ron kay buot man atong steel man, butangan po na nila dito extra. So which is dili sa ano. I mean, pwede din butangan mo, pero theoretically maka-pulos. And then, magdugang na siya o pamilya na, which is mas mahal man ang pamilya sa simito. So, ako din na siya matanggal or something kamo na mag-practice. Ayaw din nag-allow bitaw sila o kurang bottom bars sila. Okay. This is the typical situation sa site. Always yun na, may ilan na kayo sa practice, always yun na. Ako na sa site na nagigitap eh. Bistan pa nga, kung plano sa plano na so natayo nun yun si deliver. Okay? So that's the typical setup. Again mo, mas tsada if magpadayon siya.
Nahuli na po requirement.
Ang issue lang na bali as per experience is that kung tanawin mo side view ang pamilya, hindi mo mga 16 man. Pag tanawin nyo sa kilid, perfect eh, wapa nga perfect eh. Pero pag tanaw ninyo sa ibabaw, kung inyo na i-top view, so nahitabo mo na naanak na siya, pilit na lubag. So that's why, anang natin. Lubag naman, so pangit sa tanaw, so hindi siya, di magkadimawa kung kabilang na iba. Lubag. So what happens is that, ako na lang yung may paputol, of course na yung mga overlap, ito yung mga minimum din na mga splicing or overlapping. Okay? More on that, ito na sa inyong practice. So, how do we position our horizontal bars or our main bars? So, we have here the spacing. So, 15 mm guys. No, dito siya 25 or 25 mm. Ito na sa inyong pala. Okay? Specify nito. Okay? So, 50 dahil siya. So, 50 mm is 2 inches. So, yeah, mo may nasa code, no? Pero, yeah, ako nandaan is 50 naman. But I will just have to clarify na how ba siya na provision ako nakita. So, it's 50 daw or the diameter of your bar, hindi yung diameter ni, okay, or the 4/3 of the diameter of your aggregates. Usually your aggregates is 3/4 inches. Usually for beams. So 3/4 and then so whatever the highest value or the biggest value is should be the spacing of your rebars here. So let me just check kung clear spacing ba din siya. Clear spacing. Clear spacing is so if this is your diameter or your rebars, okay, it's not the center that, so it should be this one here. 15 and then repeat. Anyway, code 15 and then for the diameter, let's say for example 16 mm. So 15 and you're using 3/4, so times 4/3 of that 1 inch. 1 inch is 25.4 mm, although si 0.4 so na siya masahod sa side, so you are stuck with 25 or 26. The biggest of the three should be the positioning for your rebars is dapat by 50 na spacing. If nangyari, it's necessary for you to have a dual layer or multiple layers of rebars. The spacing of that should not be less than 25 mm. You know, that's the clear spacing also. So if na kay bars, main bars in a parallel direction. So let's try, no? We have, ilan na rin itong beam last? That was the last problem. We have, if I can remember it right, puro to siya na 20.
Duha dyan nga 20.
So na 20. And then finish siya is 400.
400, sir. 600 ang height, sir.
600.
2 by 20, 220. 2 by 20. 2 by 20 o 3 by 20.
2 ka 20, di ba?
2 ka 20 o 3 ka 20. 10 ang steer.
Second siguro ng cap. Okay, it should be like that. So 400 mm. By the way, we have also provision in namin copy sa ECP. There's also a provision there for our minimum cover. So it says there if exposed to weather or in contact with ground. For walls, all other, we have 40 mm for what's this?
Number 2.
40 mm. It's actually table 420. 0.6, 0.1, 0.33, 0.3. Okay, so we have for not exposed to weather. So you have your beams, you have your primary rotator of TV and that, and will not exceed 40 mm. So that's why we're using 40 mm for our cover for our beam. Okay, and if it's in contact with the ground, says the 50, you cannot find the 75, we're using 75. But anyway, yeah, it's 40 on it's 40 at home. I mean, for the cover. So, 20 mm, no? 20. And then we also have 50 for the clear cover. This one is 20. So luman lang. This one is 50. This one is 20. And then naamoy 10 mm stirrup on each side. 10 and then another 40 mm for the cover. So ilagay mo pala. Lapas pa na siya 400. Lapas no? Bulan nyo?
160 plus 88 to 40 plus 1 reserve to 60. 60 to 50.
260 lang? Oh, single right?
To 60 goes plus siya.
Single lang. So kung single lang, okay. So we can adjust this one. Yan, total. 260. So let's adjust this one. This is our beam. The surface of our beam. And then we will have our stirrup here. This one is 40. This one here is 10. And then your first bar there, which is 20. And then it's just same. Of course, tulo naman to. So the idea is na nasa sa center. And then corner there, and then up there should be the hammer naman. Okay. here is 40. This one here is 10. And another 20. And may 20 din means. So, pila yung mabilin? Okay ra siya. Lapas man siya o 2 inches. Wait, Pero 240. Lagi pila mabilin? 240 divided by 2. Pila? 120 rin. Tagsa? Pumunta po, hindi kayo yung dito. Napanta kayo. 120, that's around 5 inches. For me, it's one siya. I think it will depend on the engineer. It will depend on the specifications. Kasi gusto sa architect na 400 mm na. So gusto na pason. So yeah. So for me, no, I think ako palakan 3 bars. Pero yung palakan po, basic gawa na lang mo siya po. So you have to balance those things out. Okay? So I guess that's it, no? So for the detailing for the main part, you should have something like this. And then of course your D should be the height minus the sort of thing na to go over. Okay? Now ang issue nun is what if mapugos ka na duha ka layer. Okay? And then this is almost always the case. Nakay dua ka layer din. Because sometimes ang problemado ni nakay center din. What happens that sa reality sa side. For example, this is your column. Okay. Yung column. Your columns will have also some rebars there about sa center. Okay. Now, magpuna lang ang columns o fabricate or construct. So, whatever the reinforcing there, adjust dapat si beam as much as possible kung sila sa plan o ito sundon. Pero there are cases in which hindi siya ron mubang nga ani. Okay? That's sometimes the case sa side. So what happens is that given choice, no, you have to ask this structural engineer, pwede na pagdalon niya, evaluate sa mga sibo pa ka. So tayo mga cases. Okay? So that's your job, no? If site engineer ko, you will really coordinate with the other engineers sa dito sa site. Okay? So they not really wahingon. Pwede wahingon, sir. Wahingon, panalan, sir. So sunod ni na dito pwede tapos mahilig na yung video. Pwede na inyong i-offset. No, hindi mo mga steel pa namin na ilang i-offset ganyan i-sibo. No? Sibo yung namin. Hindi mo ng pamilya dito sa steel. So sibo nila. So, depende. Kung wala sibo, kung wala din, allowed pa din rin. Pero kaso lakaw ang
Butang na.
that's also again on case-to-case basis na siya. So if possible, kaya din siya na so, let's say for example no, parang napugos mo about gagawa ka rin. So according to the code, this should not be less than 25 mm. Okay? Now what happens to your D? Theoretically speaking, your D is the centroid din sa inyong first na layer. No? That will change if lima na sila kabukya or pila po, ito.
Ito.
Sa side na side, ito. Okay, so that will change if it looks something like that. Side pa, you have also a case of bundled bars. Okay, which doesn't take a requirement na bars. So you will be forced to bundle, di ba? Yun yung bundle ang mga rewards. That is allowed. Kung tulo yata tama ng allowed na. If I remember right. Okay. So, ano yan? It will change the centroid of your rebars. So how do you complete for that? Notice that your the capacity of your